Welcome to Alberta Conservation Association's Harvest Your Own podcast, the resource for everything hunting, navigating through the field, the butcher shop, and the kitchen. Life is all about great food. Let's get started.
Welcome to the podcast. I'm your host, Brad Fenson, an avid outdoor enthusiast who has worked as a freelance journalist, photographer, and public speaker for over 3 decades. I have hunted, fished, and foraged all my life and hope to share my passion for the outdoors. Along the way, I want to encourage everyone to harvest wild proteins and enjoy the satisfaction of providing the next meal for your family. Our goal is to educate, entertain, and inspire individuals to get outdoors and create a connection between food, health, and your future meals. Welcome to Harvest Your Own and another episode of BrAdvice or BrAdvice. How many of you are out there wishing that hunting season was still open? Some might have a late season cow elk tag, but most of us are dreaming of the days of getting back in the field. And of course, there's rabbit hunting. You can always get out and chase some pigeons as well. There's lots of things you can do. But for most of us, it's the winter doldrums. How do we deal with that? I like to call it maintenance and inventory. Yeah, that's right. Chance to become more familiar with all of your equipment and firearms and bows and everything else. This time of year, I normally empty my gun cabinet and go through each one and clean them properly. It's an important part of being a successful hunter. It helps maintain your accuracy and your investment. But more importantly, it teaches you how to be familiar with all portions of your equipment. For instance, on a firearm, let's say you have a semi-automatic shotgun and you love bird hunting. Have you ever been in the field and had a jam? Yes, of course you have, because it happens to all of us. If you're familiar with your equipment, you'll be able to disassemble the gun, fix the problem, put it back together, and keep hunting. If you're not familiar, it can create a lot of anxiety. What do you do? How do you get the cartridge or the shot shell out of the firearm before you move it? So what I'm suggesting is you do a thorough cleaning on shotguns. That means every part of it. Take it apart. Trigger assembly, even the recoil spring, clean the whole thing and put it back together. Now, the good news is it can be a little daunting or create a little anxiety, wondering if you'll be able to get it back together. But with modern technology and YouTube, you can call up any particular firearm you want and find a video of how to take it apart and put it back together. And it actually makes it really easy. So this is a great time of year to become more familiar with it and get it done. Shotguns especially need to be done. Your center fire rifles need a different kind of cleaning as well. You're going to want to start with decoppering the barrel. Copper bullets and copper jacketed bullets going through the barrel and the rifling, the lands and grooves, leave copper etched in the barrel. The more it builds up, the less accuracy you have in the barrel. So it's important to clean that out every year. By copper removing solvent, you put it on a patch, run it up and down your barrel, and go stand it up in the corner for a half hour. Come back, run some cleaning patches through it, and you'll see that they turn green from the copper. At that point, you're going to run more decopper solvent through the barrel, go stand it up, and repeat this until the patches come out clean. You also always want to use a wire brush on a rifle barrel. I do on my shotgun barrels too, just because, or a brass brush, because it cleans into the lands and grooves and riflings and ensures that your gun is properly cleaned so that it is as accurate as possible. So, great time of year to become familiar with all of your firearms, clean them, maintain the accuracy, and know how to disassemble and reassemble so that if you have a problem in the field, you can deal with it. What else can you do? Well, there's lots of things that we use throughout the year that need attention. For instance, if you have leather boots, it's the best time of year to put a waterproofing coating on them, whether you use Dubbin or mink oil or other snow seal or whatever it is. It's a great opportunity to touch them up, take the laces out of them, do the tongue, do the entire boot, and keep putting it on until it no longer soaks in. This isn't a one treatment thing. Coat the boots, put them in front of the fireplace or in front of the heater or over a register, let the heat get to them. It'll help pull all that waterproofing stuff into the leather, put another coating on. You'll see when you finally have enough that it stands up and holds up. That means that Your boots aren't going to get wet on the inside the first time you take them out because you've properly sealed them. All these things take time, which is why it's a great thing to do in the winter instead of the night before you go hunting. That's right. That's part of the maintenance package. And, of course, there's inventory as well. What would inventory be? Well, what do you need when you're out hunting? Last fall I shot a moose and used up game bags and had paracord that was used to not only hold legs and stuff apart, but tie bags shut, tie things down on machines. And, of course, when you go back and look at your supply, it's time to buy more paracord. It's time to replace some of the game bags. Even though I do wash them and reuse them as many times as possible, going through all those things allows you to identify what you need to replace or even add to your hunting stuff. And the nice part about creating a list early in the year is that you can then watch for sales. Most long weekends, a lot of the sporting goods stores have sales on. And if you have a list of inventory that you need to replace, you can then get the best prices possible or watch for specific items to come up to replace them and keep hunting in the field. Your clothing. If you're like me, barbed wire tends to take its toll on my pants. Yes, I have short legs compared to most people, and it makes it challenging to get over that top strand without getting caught on some of the wires. So I always have little holes or big holes in my pants, and you can learn how to darn. Again, YouTube is a great place to go to learn how to use a needle and thread. But there are lots of sew-on patches that you can get, or even glue-on patches or iron-on patches. And they are wonderful. I mean, if you have a pair of waterproof pants, you can buy a waterproof patch to fix it. And if not, you want one that will move freely, those are available. Liquid sew is a wonderful item as well. It's in a tube. You can put it on those smaller cuts, and it will sew the fabric back together without having to do anything at all. So, again, the maintenance is really important. We did talk about the firearms early on this BrAdvice, but another thing that really always needs attention is your optics. So whether you're using binocular spotting scopes or your rifle scope, they need to be properly cleaned as well. And here's the best piece of advice I can give you. Never use paper products on glass lenses. When you buy a good quality optic, you're paying for the coatings that are on the glass. You don't want anything that could scratch them at all. So you want to use very soft fabric cloths like a Magic cloth, which is a poly cloth, won't scratch, pulls dust off. You can use some cleaning products on them as well, spray them, but you never want to use your shirt or a Kleenex or a paper towel or something to clean those because it will scratch those coatings. Very minute scratches, but eventually over time it's going to make a difference and degrade the quality of those optics. So make sure you clean them well. If you're a muzzleloader shooter, the bottom of your scope, it's really important to take some solvents and clean the bottom of those optics as well, because you're going to get lots of fouling and stuff that gets up on it, which can cause rust and other issues. So lots of little tips that you can come up with over the years too for making sure you have a complete list. And then, why not create a list of the things that you need to do? You don't get it all done in one day. At least you have a list. You know what's most important, what you can come back to, what's going to be next. But whether you are a gun hunter or a bow hunter, these things are all important. Whether you shoot with a horizontal bow or a vertical bow, it's a great time of year to go through it from the cams right through to the trigger and make sure that everything is in good order. There's nothing loose. If there's something that needs tightening, tighten it up. If there's any metal portions that are showing corrosion, it's time to hit them with a bit of solvent, clean them up, and then oil them. It's really going to add again to the life of your bow. Check the string, check the serving. Do they need to be replaced? Can you wax it? Can you take care of it a little better so it's going to last an extra year, and make sure that you don't have to replace it the week before hunting season after you've tuned it up and got on target and you're ready for the season? It's probably one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of bow hunters make, is taking care of their string, and then you have a catastrophic failure during the hunting season. You have to replace it, and you have to resight in your bow, your pins, and everything else. So a little bit of maintenance at this time of year goes an awful long ways, and sure prevents a lot of problems when you want everything to work perfectly. So create your list. Make sure that you maintain your equipment. whether it's your clothes, your boots, your optics, your firearms, your bow equipment. It all needs a little bit of attention. It helps you understand how everything works, how to problem solve in the field, and probably going to make you a valuable friend, because I know I get a lot of phone calls. I had a buddy that was up elk hunting one time and says, "Oh, I took the bolt out of my gun. Something turned. It won't go back in." Aha. Well, you need to recock your bolt, and you do it by pulling the back end, twisting it over. He did it and put it back in the gun. But his hunt was over unless he could resolve that. And of course, if you play around with your firearms, clean them, disassemble them, put them back together, you will find out how to do that. It's a good thing to look up on YouTube if you don't know how to recock your bolt, just in case it ever does happen. But that familiarity, whether it's the bolt or some other portion of your equipment, that is going to help save the day a lot of times. And again, I'll say it over and over, make it the most valuable to you in the field in the coming season. So embrace the maintenance and make your list of things that need to be replaced. Watch the shopping lists and the flyers to replace them. You've got several months to do that. And if all else fails and it's working great, maybe you could get out and do a little bit of predator hunting or some rabbits or something else to fine-tune your trigger control and your aiming. Anyways, have a great winter. We need to celebrate it as Canadians that live here when we have snow on the ground every winter. Find a way to embrace it, because it's what makes us special and also what makes where we live very special. We hope to inspire people to reconnect with nature and appreciate where your food comes from by harvesting your own. For more information on getting started or to learn specifics about the Field to Fork experience, visit harvestyourown.ca and follow on Facebook and Instagram. Check back often for new material, recipes, and videos that are posted regularly. Please subscribe to Harvest Your Own podcast and take the time to rate and review the show to help us build a dedicated core of passionate hunters as our regular audience. Until next time, embrace the outdoors and all it has to offer. Thanks for joining us.